Ladies and gentlemen, our big player has entered the game. And no, I'm not talking about carbon or some Illuminati boogeyman with his finger on the stern and then his thumb on the harp. I'm talking about the thing that gives us light, the thing that gives us warmth, the thing that gives us heat. Our home star, the sun. De la Sol. And if life wasn't interesting enough for you, we now have Sunspot 2713 rolling around to take a big look at us. I don't know if you know this. If you're new at THORNEWS, I started out doing the sun. Snicker, snicker. And it never stopped. Although I take breaks, but we're back. And so, for my sun videos, I'm going to be showing you enough good data that I can act as silly as I want. If you can handle that, that's fine. And B, that's where I got led to weather. Because that's where I figured out, hey, if the sun acts weird and it's extremely active, then Earth weather acts weird and is extremely active, and then people act weird and are extremely active. In the 5.5 years I've been documenting it, yeah, everything's gotten weirder, wilder, and wackier. But if there are things other than my faith in God that give me hope for the future, the sun is one of them, in all of our many magical colors. So yes, we are watching our tropical storm system. But you need to know my THORNEWS theory is also that the sun transfers energy through plasma, protons, solar wind, a bunch of magic tricks, in through the Earth's auroras. And then it goes into the core, and the auroras at the North and South Pole. And then that causes the Earth to grow, and all planets in our solar system that have an active core to grow. And you know, it's a planet that's still alive if it has an aurora. It's like a planet crown. And so every planet is growing, and the Earth is growing. And so the solar activity causes volcanoes, which heat up the atmosphere and the oceans, along with carbon. But I think the sun is a way bigger player than cow farts and you driving your car to work. But the oil companies and the scientists disagree with me. So take that with a grain of salt. But I'm just saying, hey, yep, this thing is rolling around. And on the 17th, today's the 15th. The 17th is the day I've been talking about since the 2nd of June. The period had started on the 14th. And that started, I think, with hurricanes in Pennsylvania, which is rare. And the big days would be the 17th and the 21st and 22nd. And it'll probably last about a week. So we're in like day one. And Father's Day, Sunday, Texas is supposed to get a whole lot of rain. And 10% chance of tropical activity. And I would say 3% chance of you go to sleep and it rapidly intensifies like a Category 3 hurricane. And last thing you knew, it was just a glob of wet shit out in the Gulf of Mexico. So I say, hey, you should be prepared. You should be aware. And some people are like, no, you're not my mom. You can't make me. So people are like, it's only 10% chance. Be like, well, if you were playing Russian roulette and the gun chamber had 10 bullet slots and somebody only put in 1 bullet and you spun that thing, would be like, hey, that's no big deal. I've only got a 10% chance of blowing my brains out. Well, man, yeah, 10% chance. You got like a surprise Category 3 hurricane. If you can't handle that, you probably shouldn't be at THORNEWS. So, like I was talking about the things that give me hope and make me believe. The sun, warm, always feels good, And the things she does to the clouds are amazing. I know some people are like, chemtrails. Well, dude, they're chemtrailing because the sun has been acting weird, and they're trying to regulate the UV rays, the cosmic rays, the all type of rays that the sun is putting out. And I do not believe that at any point mankind is 100% in full control of everything going on. So yeah, we're watching this thing. And a bunch of meteorologists like, it's nothing, you ain't got to worry about it. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be flooding. It's going to be wind. Look at that. Man, it's crazy. That is nuts. What are you going to do this weekend? I'll be honest. Sunday, I'll probably do some drinking. A friend of mine gave me a bottle of whiskey after my stepdad died. And I know people always forget, like, oh my God, he's an alcoholic. And up until my stepdad died, I think I'd only had beer twice in 3 or 4 months. So, I don't know. I've learned when my father and my stepfather passed away, after, I do a little drinking. But I don't know if you know this. I'm like 95% Viking, Norwegian. So, just let me mourn however I want to. Try to come out of it. The world keeps kicking me in the balls. I'm like, that's okay. My balls are tough now. Anyway, so yeah, those wind streak patterns are crazy. And that thing is crazy. If you ain't keeping your eye on that along the coast, I don't know what to say. I know that I'm ready to get out of my apartment in an hour. Although I should get that down to about 20 minutes. Like I said, look at those clouds. Nature's doing amazing things. But hey, let's get back to our big player, the sun. So what we have here, we got a coronal hole up here, and then we have sunspot 2713. And in my opinion, she looks like she's active. Meaning, doesn't look like solar flares or coronal mass ejections yet, but those magnetic loops are looping. Those magnetic loops are looping. And you get some of the filaments fraying, tearing off. That's wild. Got a big coronal hole up here. So who knows? And coincidentally, that sunspot is going to be facing planet Earth on about the 17th. Imagine that. Ooh, what was that down at the bottom? Did you see that? It's crazy. Yeah. Sometimes. Wow. So there's your sun. There's a magnetic tornado of interstellar medium forged. Alright. Hold on. Alright, where was I? Let us watch this because it's fantastic. You get this overall overarching loop. Giant. See that right there? Almost like a flame. So, you know, sometimes science is like, oh, the sun is a light bulb that puts out 30 watts evenly a day. And it'll be there for 5 billion years. You want to know how we know? Because we carbon dated it. And I want to say, well, why don't you carbon date these nuts, buddy? But I don't think language like that is appropriate in these days. Yeah, the coronal hole looks mighty big on this one. Wow. So yeah, reiterating the main point. Our tropical activity is going to be wacky. Depending on how wacky the sun is. And so it will be Earth facing. That thing will be facing us. On the 17th. Exciting days ahead. You got any plans for the weekend? We all need more fun. You know, if there's one thing Thanos hates, it's fun. So what if working together and having fun is the only way we can beat him? I'm down. I'm up. I'm all around. I'm on the field. My boots are in the mud. Wow. That thing is pretty wild. So yeah, the sun is interesting. In the magnetic field that connects the sun and all the other planets. And Earth's magnetic field, that's interesting, right? Another thing, it seems like right now a lot of our planets are on one side of the solar system, together. Earth, Mars, Venus, Saturn. So that is also interesting. And I wonder if there are any type of galactic alignments that affect our sun and our weather. I would guess, yeah, maybe. Totally. Absolutely. Science is like, that's astrology. I'm like, nope. Maybe. I mean, it is astrology, but yeah, planetary alignments mean everything. Down here we got our magic little space bird. It's like a dragon, but he built a ship. It's crazy. That's what I love about this camera, NASA's HI2. Is, look, it's flapping his wings. Astronomers are going to be like, that's not a dragon. I'm like, yeah. It's the Venus lens flare. We know. You've told us a million times. So that right there is a little bit of solar activity. The sun is over here. And we're just watching it spew its light, plasma, and energy into space. Now here's the big boy. Now if you stayed this long for this video, this is NASA's Stereo Head Core 2 camera. And the sun is behind the black occulting disk. This right here is what we nicknamed the sun baby. And this is what they told us is the lens hair, which I've nicknamed the cat hair of doom. And yeah, I'm definitely not buying the story that it's hair in the lens. Never have. Because it evolves, it changes, it grows, and it always seems to interact with solar activity. I mean, you can almost see its bow shock coming off the wingtips. It's like there would be your neutron star, and then there would be the bow shock. And I'm not saying it's a neutron star, but I'm not saying it's a neutron star. What I am saying is it definitely ain't a cat hair. So, cameras are always interesting. You know, kick it over here. If you're bored, I'm just going through this. You and I are watching the first time together. We don't know what we're going to see. I don't know what I'm going to say. So, if that is how you want to spend your Friday minutes, all right, cool. And if it's Saturday and you're like, want to spend it, fine. I do hope you, your family, your friends have a wonderful Father's Day. Everybody needs more good times. I don't know what the hell's going on in this world. Oh yeah, sun's going crazy. When that happens, Earth weather goes crazy. And people go crazy. That explains it. But man, I'm so ready to get to peak craziness. Remember how to party as a planet. And then re-let the good times begin again. Because we're Asteroid Fight Club. We didn't come here to fail. Was that? Holy crap. That was yesterday. Are you kidding me? That is definitely solar activity. It's like a filament tear off. Oh, that was probably that filament thingy maybe. Did it match the angles? And so yeah, like I said, no matter what, still 10% chance. And this thing is glitching with sun cameras or weather cameras. Anytime you get a number of glitches, it always adds the WTF level. and there's the moisture going in. So yeah, stay tuned, stay cool, stay aware. Texas is going to get a lot of rain. And that map, it looks like the majority of America is. Man, this video was technically a quest to get my sense of humor back. Apparently I failed. I didn't feel very funny. I miss your sense of humor. I will get you back one day. I shall not lose hope. What are you wearing? You know, I asked that question as a joke in a lot of my videos. Nobody ever answers in the comments. And that coronal mass ejection, filament tear off, solar flare was it's a pretty big deal, man. It's a pretty big deal. It's about shape, formation. It's got that solar bird type shape thingy. And then the sun zaps it on the way out. Maybe the sun is a chef. And it's just cooking up delicious solar system foods for the planets, the comets, and the space fish to eat. You never know. You never know. The more I learn, the more I don't know. That's how it works. And nobody knows everything. Nobody knows everything. And whereas, yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of components of a solar minimum, I don't think it's that simple. I think it could be, the sun is a dragon egg. Sun's alive. Everything is changing. It's interacting with other bodies in our star field. Because it's not just the sun. The sun has other stars around it that it interacts with. I don't know if you knew that. You do now. Right. So definitely, let's reiterate. This thing will be facing Earth really soon. And when it does, coincidentally, that giant system in the Gulf of Mexico, which now has a 10% chance, its percentage of developing might go way up. Or it might not. You gotta stay tuned. That's life. Life isn't like a movie and it's just over. It's more like a sitcom that never ends. And so, I live in Houston, Texas. We've got a bunch of volcanoes popping off down here. I'm ready to leave my apartment within anywhere from a half hour to an hour. Go north. I'd recommend anybody else do the same. Look at that giant thing. It's crazy. Okay, looks like I'm going to be talking to y'all a lot this weekend. You're my date. Wonderful. What are you wearing? God bless everyone. Stay cool. Talk to y'all soon.